Welcome to the third session of Orthographic Projection, Unit 4 of Computer Aided Engineering Drawing for the Mechanical Engineering Program and Allied Programs of Mechanical Engineering. So in this session, we are going to draw the three principal views for the given component. So this is the given component. For this component, we are supposed to draw the front view, side view and the top view, both in the sketchbook as well as in AutoCAD. So if you look at this problem, the direction for the front view and also for the side view has not been specified. So always when the direction for the front view or the side view is not indicated in the problem, the direction in which indicates the maximum features of the object or the component should be chosen as the direction of the front view. So in this problem, if I look from this direction, I can see the maximum feature of this component. So I'm going to take this direction as the direction of the front view. I'm going to assume take the direction, this direction as the direction of the front view and this direction as the direction of the side view. So this side view will be the right side view. So in first angle projection, we are supposed to draw the right side view in the left profile plane. So coming to the front view, if I look from this direction, what are the things what I can see is, first I can see one rectangle of length 130 mm and height 20 mm. Above this, I have another rectangle of length 130 by height. This height is indicated here. The height is 60 mm. So the top rectangle is provided with two slots of width 30 mm. Why 30 mm is this rectangular slots are with a semicircular base. The radius of the semicircular base is given to be 15 mm. So this width, the diameter will be 30 mm. And the depth of the semicircle is at a distance of 25 mm from the top line. So what we are going to see in the front view? In the front view, we can see one rectangle of 130 by 20 mm. Over this another rectangle, the height of this is 60 mm and the length will be 130 mm. The top rectangle is provided with two rectangular slots with semicircular base. The width of this slot is 30 mm. So first we are going to draw the front view in the sketchbook. So first, before starting to draw the front view, we are in the sketchbook. First, you draw two mutually perpendicular lines to represent the XY line and another one X1, Y1 line. So in this, since we are drawing the right side view of the given component, the right side view is supposed to be drawn in the left profile plane in first angle projection. So this area will indicate the left profile plane. So we are supposed to draw the side view in this region and we are supposed to draw the front view of the component in this area. So always in first angle projection, the front view is drawn above the XY line and because the XY line, the area above the XY line represents the vertical plane. So we are going to draw the front view in the vertical plane. And in first angle projection, the area below the XY line represents the horizontal plane and we are supposed to draw the top view of the given component in the horizontal plane. And since it is the right side view, we are drawing the right side view in the left profile plane. So coming to the front view, so what I can see, front view, I can see a rectangle of 130 by 20 and another rectangle of 130 by 60. So in the sketchbook, first you draw two lines, XY line and X1, Y1 line, which are perpendicular to each other. And in this region, you start drawing the front view. So first you draw a line of length 130 and draw another line parallel to it at a distance of 20 mm and complete the smaller rectangle. So above this, again you draw another line parallel to the base line at a height of 60 mm because this height is indicated as 60 mm here. So draw another line at a height of 60 mm from this line. Okay. Now we are supposed to draw these rectangular slots. So for that, from this end to this end, it is indicated to be the distance is 30 mm. So from here, you mark a point at a distance of 30 mm from this edge. Similarly, on this side also, from this edge, you mark a point at a distance of 30 mm. Then you draw the center distance to draw the semicircle. Now before that you draw one vertical line, okay, at a distance from this edge, at a distance of 30 mm, you draw one vertical line. Again, at a distance of 30 mm from this edge, you draw another vertical line. And the from here, the radius of the semicircle is given to be 15. So at a distance of 15 mm, you draw a line parallel to this edge, okay. Then to locate the center for the semicircle, you draw another line at a distance of 25 mm from the top line parallel to it, okay. So from the top line at a distance of 25 mm, draw a line parallel to the top line to indicate the center to draw the semicircles. So you draw the semicircle and complete these two slots, okay. So the width of this distance from here to here will be 30. So this radius is 15 mm. So this width of the slot will be 30 mm. Again, this width is 30. This is 30. This gap will be 30 plus 30. 4 times into 30 will be 120. The total length is 130. So this gap will be 10 mm. So this completes the front view of the given component. So in the front view, we can see a rectangle of 130 by 20 mm, and over which I have another rectangle of length 130 and height 60 mm. It is provided with two rectangular slots with a semicircular base. The radius of the semicircle is given to be 15 mm. So this completes our front view. Now to draw the top view, what we have to do, I have to draw the projectors from the front view to the top view to mark the boundaries of the top view. So the front view and the top view will share the same width, okay. So to draw the top view, you have to draw the vertical projectors from the front view to the top view. So from this end, you draw a vertical projector. Again, from this end, you draw a vertical projector. So this will indicate the width of the given component. The width of the component is same in the front view as well as in the top view. So first you draw a vertical projector from this end. Again, you draw a vertical projector from this end, okay. Now at some suitable distance from the XY line, you draw a horizontal line of length to join these two vertical lines. So this width will be 130 mm. Now what I can see if I observe from the top, what is the top view? The top view is nothing but I can see one rectangle of length 130 mm, and the width of this rectangle is indicated here. It is 90 mm. So this rectangle of 130 by 90 mm, it consists of, I can see 3 holes here. Similarly, there will be 3 holes on the other side. So totally there are 6 holes of diameter 15 mm. And also from the top view, I can see this rectangles at the middle of the width, okay. So this rectangle is 30 by 30. So another rectangle of width 30 by 10. I can see another rectangle of 30 by 30 mm. So what is the top view? A top view is nothing but a rectangle of length 130 and width 90 mm. In that, from the top, I can see these 6 circles for representing the 6 holes, the mounting holes that are provided. There are 6 holes. The diameter of each hole is 15 mm. So from the top, I can see these holes as the circles. Similarly, I can see these rectangles 30 by 30, 30 by 10 and 30 by 30. So for that, now I have drawn a vertical projector from the front view to indicate the boundary of the top view. So from this end, draw a vertical projector. Again, from this end, you draw a vertical projector. This gives the distance, that is 130 mm. Now the top view is nothing but rectangle of 130 by 90. This length width is 90 mm. So for that, you draw one line at a convenient distance from the XY line. So this length will be 130 mm, and from here you draw another line parallel to this line at a distance of 90 mm. Now, after drawing this, completing the rectangle, we are supposed to draw this circles. So for that, I'm going to do the distance of this center I have to locate, okay. So this distance from this edge, the distance of the center is 15 mm. So for that, from this line, you draw a line at a distance of 15 mm and parallel to the bottom line. Again, this distance from here to here, the center distance is not given. I'm going to assume it to be 15 mm. So for that, again from the vertical line, from this edge, you draw a line parallel to it at a distance of 15 mm. Again, from this edge, you draw another line at a distance of 15 mm parallel to this vertical edge in order to locate the center of this circle and another center for this circle. Okay. So after drawing the locating the centers, you draw a circle of diameter 15 mm because the diameter is given to be 15. Again, in here, you draw another circle of diameter 15 mm. So in between these two, you draw another exactly at the center of these two circles, you draw another circle of diameter 15 mm. Now you repeat the procedure for drawing the circles on the other side also. So in the top view, first we have drawn a rectangle of 130 by 60 mm and then we have drawn 6 holes of diameter 15 mm. Now coming to this part, so it is exactly at the center, this length from here to here it is 16 mm. So this width is 30 mm. So draw 2 lines parallel to the top line at a distance of 30 mm. Again, another line at a distance of 30 mm from the bottom line. So this rectangle is formed. So in this, you have to draw the projectors from this point in order to represent this width and these 3 rectangles. You draw a vertical projector from this to the center, to the middle of the component. That is this rectangles can be seen only for their width of 30 mm. So draw a vertical projector from here, from this point to this point. Again from here, the vertical projector for a distance of, for a width of 30 mm. Again from the here, this point, and also from this point. So now you complete the top view. So in the top view, I can see a rectangle of 130 by 90 mm and there are 6 holes. There are 6 circles representing the 6 mounting holes of diameter 15 mm each, and at the center I can see 3 rectangular surfaces of width 30 by 30, 30 by 10 and 30 by 30 mm. So this completes our top view. So what happens if I look from the top, I can see these 6 mounting holes of diameter 15 mm each. But if I look from this direction, that is from the front direction, these holes are not visible, but they have to be indicated with the hidden lines. So for that, from this point, from this end of the circle, you draw a vertical projector from the top view to the front view. Again, from this end, you draw the vertical projector to the front view. So these height, the height of the hole is of 20 mm. Therefore, you show this hole as a hidden lines of diameter 15 mm and height 20 mm in the front view. So again, repeat the procedure for this hole also, and also for this hole also. So what is the front view? Now I have completed the front view. In the front view, I have indicated these holes, the mounting holes, with the hidden lines, because if I look from this direction, these holes are not visible, but they have to be shown with the hidden lines. So these holes are to all the 3 holes. These 2 holes will be parallel to each other. So one behind the other. So both of them are indicated with a single hidden lines because they are one behind the other. Similarly, all the 3 holes from the top view have been projected to the front view and they are shown with the hidden lines since they are not visible in the front view. Now, we have completed the front view. We have completed the top view of the given component. Now we are supposed to draw the side view of this component. So for that, what I have to do? The side view, since it is, if I look from this direction, it is the right side view. We are supposed to draw the right side view in the left profile plane in first angle projection. So this area is a left profile plane and we are supposed to draw the side view of this component in this region. So what happens? The front view and the side view will share the same height. So I have to draw the vertical projectors from the front view to the side view to indicate the height of the component. So for that, From this top edge, you draw a horizontal line to indicate the height of the component in the side view. So you draw a horizontal projector from the front view to the side view to indicate the boundary of the side view. Similarly, what you have to do, draw the projectors from the top view to the side view to indicate the width of the component in the side view. So the height of the side view, we get it by drawing horizontal projectors from the front view, and the width of the component in the side view is obtained by drawing the vertical projectors from the top view to the side view. So for that, first you draw a horizontal projector from the front view to the side view. Again, from this point you draw a horizontal line. From this point you draw a horizontal line to the side view, okay, to indicate the height of the component. Now from the top view, from here, so first in this region, in the lower left bottom area of the graph sheet, you draw the 45-degree line to draw the projectors from the top view to the side view. Now from this edge of the point of the top view, draw a horizontal line to the 45-degree line and project it upwards. Again, from this end, you draw a horizontal projector from the top view to the 45-degree line and project it upwards. So if you project it at first and draw a horizontal line from the front view, I will get the base of this component, which will be 90 mm. Okay. Now you draw a projector from this. What is the side view? The side view, I can see two rectangles, one rectangle of base 90 mm and height 20 mm. Over this, at the center of the base rectangle, I have another rectangle of width 30 mm. This width is 30 mm and height 60 mm. So from this point, you draw a horizontal line to 45-degree, project it upwards. Again, from this end, you draw a horizontal line to 45-degree line, project it upwards. I will get this width, the base width 90 mm. I have obtained it from the top view. Now, for this height 20 mm, you draw a horizontal line from the front view and complete this rectangle. Okay. Similarly, to draw this rectangle of height 60 mm and width 30 mm, again from this end, this from here to here it is 30 mm. From here, you draw a horizontal, this point horizontal projector to 45-degree line, project it upwards. Again, from this line point, you draw a horizontal line to the 45-degree line. From the top view, project it upwards. You will get this width 30 mm in the side view. So for the height, we have to draw the horizontal projector from the front view. From this end, you draw a horizontal line to indicate the height of the component in the side view. Now you complete this side view. Okay. So what is the side view? In the side view, I have one rectangle at the bottom of 90 mm and height 20 mm. And at the center of this base rectangle, I have another rectangle of height 60 and width is 30 mm. And also in the side view, apart from this, I can see these two rectangular invert. It is in the form of a inverted T, that is of base 90 mm and height 20 plus 60, that is 80 mm. In side view also, I cannot see these folds, but they have to be shown as the hidden lines. So for that, you draw the projectors from the top view to 45-degree line, project it upwards. Again, from this end of the circle, you draw a horizontal projector, project it upwards to indicate this hole in the as hidden lines in the side view. Again, from this point on the circle, you draw a projector to 45-degree line, project it upwards. Again, from this end, you draw a projector and project it upwards, and to show the two circles as hidden lines in the side view. And also in the side view, what I can see, this is in the front view, there are two slots of rectangular in shape with a semicircle base. The base of this rectangular slot is not seen in the side view. It has to be indicated with a hidden line. So for that, from this point in the base of the semicircle, from the front view, you draw a horizontal line to the side view. So you indicate this region with this width of 30 mm with a hidden line to indicate, to represent the base of the semicircular slot. Okay. So this completes our side view. So I've drawn the front view, I have drawn the top view, and we have drawn the side view. Now we are supposed to draw the same thing in the AutoCAD. So for that, you open the AutoCAD screen. So this is our AutoCAD screen. In this region, again, what we have drawn in the sketchbook, we are supposed to draw the front view here. We are supposed to draw the front view, the side view, and the top view. So for that, as soon as you open the AutoCAD screen, the first step is you set the units to millimeters. Then you set the limits to the A4 size, that is 297 by 210 mm. Now, so since we are following the first angle projection, as I said while drawing in the sketchbook, this region is a first. Here also you draw two mutually perpendicular lines to represent the XY line and the X1, Y1 line. So this is our XY line. Draw another line perpendicular to it. This is our X1, Y1 line. So since we are drawing, if we look from this direction, that will be the right side view of the given component. So for that, the right side view has to be drawn in the left profile plane in the first angle projection. So this area will represent the first left profile plane. So always in first angle projection, the area above the XY line will represent the vertical plane. So this region will be our vertical plane. Here we are supposed to draw the front view of the component. So the area below the XY line will represent the horizontal plane. In the horizontal plane, we are drawing the top view of the given component. So in this region, we are supposed to draw the front view. In this region, we are drawing the top view. And in this region, we are drawing the left profile. We are drawing the right side view of the given component. So for this, in this region, in order to project the vertical lines from the top view to the side view, we are supposed to draw a 45-degree line. So for that, I am supposed to draw a 45-degree line. For that, you take the, how to draw the line, select the line command either from the draw toolbar, or you from the draw toolbar, you select the line command to draw the line, or you can type L on the command line. So if I type L or L-I-N-E, select, it is asking specify the first point to draw the line. So from this, select this point. From here, I have to draw a 45-degree line to project the thing. So for that, you specify the, for some distance, you draw a 45-degree line to 20. Okay, so this is the 45-degree line in order to draw the projectors from the top view to the side view. So if I, so it should be 45-degree angular. So it is 45-degree. Now, in order to draw the three views of the given component, what am I supposed to do? First, I have to draw the front view. So in this region, I'm going to draw the front view of the given component. So what is the front view? First, I have to draw this rectangle of 130 by 20 mm. So for that, select the line command. So go to the draw toolbar, click on the line command. It is asking specify the first point. So I'm going to select this as the first point. From here, you specify the distance as 130 mm. Enter. So I have draw a, go to the line command, click on the line command on the draw toolbar, specify the first point of the line. From this point, you specify the distance. The length of the line is 130 mm. Press the enter key. So I have drawn a line of length 130 mm in the to draw the front view. Now, so this height, I can see one rectangle of 130 by 20 mm in the front view. So for that, I have drawn one line of 130 mm. I have to draw another line parallel to this line at a distance of 20 mm. For that, make use of the offset command. Type O or OFFSET, completely offset, enter, specify the offset distance. The offset distance is 20 mm. Enter, select the object offset. This is the object. So I have drawn two parallel lines of length 130 mm and the distance between these two is 20 mm. Now to draw the stop line, you draw another line at a distance of 60 mm from this line. So for that, again make use of the offset command. Offset, enter, the distance is 60 mm. enter, specify the object to offset. So from here, I have drawn the line. Now you complete this rectangle. For that, take the line command L, type L, enter. So from this point, you draw end point from this to this end point. So instead of going to the line command again and again, I'm going to make use of the space bar. So press the space bar again. This line command will end and the previous command will be selected. Okay. So for that, you press the space bar twice. So I'm going to draw the line from this end point to this point. Okay. Now, so I have completed this part. So I have completed in this top point rectangle. I am supposed to draw these two rectangular slots of width 30 mm with semicircular base of radius 15 mm. For that, from this end to this end, we have already seen while drawing it in the sketchbook, this distance is 30. Again, from here to here is 30. From here, this point to this point is 30. And from this point to this edge is 30. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset this end lines by 30 mm either side twice. Okay, so for that, make use of the offset command. O, enter. The offset distance is 30 mm. Enter, select the object to offset. Okay, you offset it twice on this side, offset it twice on this side. Okay, now what I'm supposed to do, now we have drawn this, I have to draw this circular base slots. Okay, so for that, first I'm going to trim the lines that are not required. So for that, make use of the trim command. What is the trim command? TR, enter, enter. So what is the trim command? The TR, enter, enter. Now you trim the lines that are not required. Okay. Sorry. So before trimming, this in order to indicate, okay, the center line, to draw the center, mark the center point to draw this radius, I have to draw another line at a distance of 25 mm from the top. So I'm supposed to draw a line parallel to the top line at a distance of 25 mm because the center of this semicircle is at a distance of 25 mm from the top. So for that, I'm going to offset this top line by 25 mm. So for that, offset O, enter. The distance is 25 mm, enter. Select the object offset, select the top line. So I have offset the line. Now, so if you want to move the screen, you make use of the pan command. So this is the pan command. On the screen, you select this. Okay, now escape. Now to trim the lines, unwanted lines, I'm going to make use of the trim command, TR, enter, enter. Now the trim the lines that are not required. Okay, now I'm supposed to draw this circle. So for that, you go to the draw toolbar, select the circle. Now come here, indicate the midpoint of the, select this line, select the midpoint. Then you type diameter, enter. The diameter is 30 because the radius is given to be 15, enter. Okay. So repeat the same procedure for this region also. So for that, go to the draw toolbar, click on circle, come here, specify the center point. So specify the center point as the midpoint of this line. Select the midpoint, type diameter D, enter. Enter the diameter, it is 30 mm. So I have drawn two circles to draw these semicircle base. Okay. Now you trim the lines that are not required. TR, enter, enter, trim this, trim this. Okay. So these lines are not required. Select it and delete it. So again, if you want to, trim this line, make use of the trim command, trim, enter, enter. Select the object to trim. Select the thing. Okay. So this is our front view. So what is in the front view? I have drawn, okay, I have drawn this bottom rectangle of 130 by 20 mm. This is 130 by 20 mm and have drawn these slots. Okay. So this completes our front view. Now I'm supposed to draw the top view. So for that, I have to draw the vertical projectors from the front view in order to indicate the width of the top view. So the width of the front view and the width of the top view will be the same. So for that, make use of the line command, type L, enter. So from this end, you draw your vertical projectors to the top view. Okay. Now space bar twice. Again, from this end, you draw a projector to the top view. Okay, space bar, draw it in order to. So what is the top view? Is a rectangle of 130 by 90 mm. So this width is 130. So to complete a rectangle of 90 mm, I'm going to draw another line at convenient distance from this XY line. So, okay, now the width of this is 90. The top view is 90 mm. From here, this end to this end, it is 90 mm. So I'm going to offset this line by 90 mm. So for that, offset O, enter. The offset distance is 90 mm. Enter. Select the object to offset. This is the object. You offset it. Okay. Now, I have to draw. What is this? I have to draw these small rectangles at the center. The width is 30 mm. Okay. This width is 30 mm. From this end to here, it is 30. From this end to this line is 30. So for that, I'm going to offset this line by 30 mm on either side. So for that, offset, enter. The distance is 30 mm. Enter. Offset this line by 30. Again, this line by 30. Okay. Now trim the lines that are not required by making use of the trim command. For that, TR, enter, enter. Now trim the lines that are not required. So trim off the lines that are not required. Okay. So for that, we are going to make use of the trim command. Okay, so the lines which cannot be trimmed has to be deleted. So for that, okay, TR, enter, enter. Okay. Now, so whenever you want to move the screen, you make use of this pan command. Okay. Now, what else? I have to draw this, the vertical projectors from these edges. I am going to see from the, when I look from the top. So for that, I have to draw a vertical projector from this, this, and also from this point. So for that, type line, enter. Okay. So from this, specify the first point. So from this point, I'm going to draw a vertical line to the top view. Again, space bar. From this point, you draw a projector to the top view. Space bar twice. Again, from this point, you draw a vertical projector. Again, from this point, you draw a vertical projector. So I can see this width, okay, only for this 30 mm width. So I have to trim the unwanted lines. For that, TR, enter, enter, to trim off the lines that are not required. Okay. So remove all the lines, unwanted lines. For that, we are going to make use of the trim command. Okay. Now I have to trim these lines also. I have to trim these lines also. Okay. Now, what else we are supposed to draw in the top view? In this top view, again, I have to draw these holes. Okay. Each hole is of diameter 15 mm. So we have drawn, while drawing in the sketchbook, we have seen the hole diameter is 15 mm and this distance from this end to the center, the center of this circle is 15 mm. Again, I'm going to, this distance is not given. I'm going to assume it to be 15. From this end to the center of this circle is 15 mm. Again, I'm going to assume from this end to the center of the circle is 15 mm. And from this end to here, it is given to be 15 mm. So for that, I have to draw in order to indicate represent the mark the center points for these holes. We are going to offset this line by 15 mm on this side, offset this line by 15 mm on this side, and this horizontal line also by 15 mm. So for that, offset O, enter. The distance is 15 mm, enter. So select the object to offset. Okay. So why I am offsetting this line? In order to mark the center points to draw the circles. Okay. So for that, go to, now I have to draw a circle here of diameter 15. At this point, I have to draw a circle of diameter 15. So for that, go to the draw toolbar, click on circle. Now you select, it is asking specify the center point. This intersection point is the center point. Click on this point, type diameter, enter. The diameter is 15 mm, enter. So I have drawn a circle. Similarly, for this at this point also we are supposed to draw a circle. For that, go to click on circle, indicate the center, then you type diameter D, enter 15, enter. So I have drawn two circles. I am supposed to draw another circle at the middle of these two, that is at the center of this component. So for that, I'm going to offset this edge, one of the edge, by the total width is 130 mm. So I'm going to offset this by 65. So for that, offset, enter, the distance is 65, enter, to select the line to be offset and indicate the direction. Now I'm supposed to draw another circle at this point. For that, go to the draw toolbar, click on circle, you indicate the center point for the circle, then you type diameter D, enter, the diameter is 15 mm, type 15, enter. Now I have drawn the circles. Now I'm going to remove these lines which I had drawn in order to indicate or to mark the center points for the circles. Okay, so delete these lines. Now there are supposed to be 6 circles. Okay, so what are the circles? Here I can see 3 circles. Similarly, on the other side, there are totally 6 holes. So I have to supposed to draw 6 circles. So the same thing has to be drawn here also. So for that, I'm going to make use of the mirror command. So before going to the mirror command, I have to draw a center line so that I can mirror it about the center line. So for that, this width is what? The total width is 90 mm. I'm going to offset the line from one of the edge by 45 mm in order to draw the center line. So for that, offset command, O, enter, specify the distance is 45 mm, enter, select the object offset and indicate the direction. Now, so I am going to make use of the mirror command to draw these 3 circles in this region. So for that, type MIRROR, okay, enter. Now you select the objects to mirror, select the objects to mirror, press the enter key, then it asking the specify the first point of mirror, select this end point, you select this point, then you press the enter key. So we have drawn the 3 circles on the other side also by making use of the mirror command. Now you delete this center line. Okay, so this is our front view and this is our top view. So what happens? Always all the visible lines should be white in color. The hidden line, the center lines and the dimension lines will be red in color. So for that, what I'm going to do, first, before starting the drawing, I forgot to tell, you have to create the layers. So the layers for different types of, I have created here the layers for different type of line types, like for the center lines, you create a layer for the dimension line, for the drawing, hidden lines, etc. Now, so I'm going to select this front view, go to the layers, click on the drawing. Okay, similarly, you select the top view, go to the layers and click on the drawing. Okay, now I have changed the color. All the visible lines should be white in color and the hidden and the center lines should be in the dimension line should be red in color. So all these are visible lines. So we have changed the color from to white. Okay, now in the top view, so already we have seen in the sketchbook that we have to represent these holes as the hidden lines in the front view. So for that, I'm going to draw the projectors from the top view to the front view. So for that, what I'm going to do, type line, enter. So from this point, you draw a vertical projector to the front view. Okay, space bar. Again, from this point, you draw a vertical projector to the front view. Space bar. So similarly, you draw the vertical projectors to all the 3 holes to represent them as a hidden lines in the front view. So from this end also, you draw a vertical projector. Okay. Now the hole is only for a depth of 20 mm. You trim off the extra length of line that is not required. For that, make use of the trim command, TR, enter, enter. So you trim the lines that are not required. So because the length of the hole in the front view, it has to be only for a depth of 20 mm. Okay. Now here also, sorry, these lines cannot be trimmed. So select them and make use of the delete key to remove the unwanted lines. Okay. Now, so this is the hole. These holes have to be represented with the hidden lines. So for that, what I'm going to do, you go to, before that, I'm going to draw the center lines for this hole. How to draw the center lines? So the diameter of this hole is 15 mm. So I'm going to offset this by 7.5. So for that, offset, enter. So the distance is 7.5 mm because the diameter is 15 mm. So indicate, select any one of the lines. Similarly, you draw another line here, you draw another line here. Now these are the center lines. The center lines, I'm going to extend it by 3 mm on either side. So for that, you make use of the offset command. O, enter. You select the distances 3 mm, enter. You offset this line by 3 mm, this line by 3 mm in order to extend the center line by 3 mm on either side. It can be 3, 2 or anything. So for that, in order to extend, I'm going to make use of the extend command, type E, X, enter. So select the boundary through which it has to be extended, press the enter key. Now you select the center lines. Okay. So this line will be extended on this side. Again, you select, it will be extended to that end. So you select the center lines to extend. Now you remove the lines that I had drawn in order to extend the center lines. Now the center lines are of, should be of the center line type. For that, I have to change the line type. You select these center lines, all the 3 center lines, go to the layers and click on the center. Okay. So we have changed the line type to the center line. So for then you have to make these lines. Okay. The whole, they have to be in hidden. So for that, you select this, any one line, then you type CH, change property. Okay. Enter. Now come here, you go to the line type. Here you select the hidden line. Now go to that line type scale, make it 3, enter. Okay. Now you close this dialog box. We have changed this line type to the hidden type. So I have to do similarly, I have to change these lines also. For that, I'm going to make use of the match property. Type MA, enter. You select the source. This is our source. Then you select the destination. I have to change all these lines to the hidden because the holes are not visible in the front view. So I have drawn the center line for these 3 holes and I've also indicated these holes with the hidden line type. Now, coming to the top view, I'm going to draw the center lines for these holes also. So for that, I'm going to offset the circle by 3 mm. So offset, O, enter. The distance is 3 mm. Okay, select the object to offset. Okay, now I have offset this. So I'm going to draw the center line for this. For that, line, select line, enter. So from this point, you draw a line. You draw a line to the circle, space bar. Again, from this, you draw another line parallel, perpendicular to the previous line. So this is the center line. Now I'm going to remove the outer circle. Okay. Now I have to change the line type of this to the center. So for that, I'm going to do the match property. So for that, or you select these 2 lines. Okay. Go to the layers. Click on the center line. Okay. Now I have changed this line type to the center line type. Now similarly, you draw the center line for all the 6 holes. For that, I'm going to make use of the copy command. So what is the copy command? Type CPR, COPY, enter. Now you select the objects to copy. So what are the objects to copy? I have to draw these 2 center lines. So select the objects to copy, enter. You have to copy this above this base point, that is the midpoint or the center line of the circle. Now you come here, you indicate the points where you are supposed to draw the center lines. Similarly, here go to the circle, indicate the circle. If you come here, the center of the circle will be visible. You click on that circle. Similarly, you come here, you click on the circle. Similarly, come here and show or indicate the center of the circle. So we have drawn the center lines for all the 6 holes. Similarly, I can draw the center line for this also semicircle. So for that, again, you copy this, make use of the copy command, CP, enter, you select these two mutually perpendicular lines to represent the center line. So enter key, now you indicate the base point about which it has to be copied. It is the center point of the circle. Come here and indicate the center of this radius. Okay. So we have drawn the center line for all the circular parts of the given drawing. So this completes our front view and this complete and the top view of the given component. Now I am supposed to draw the side view. So what is the side view? It is width 90 mm and this height is 20. Again at the center it is 30 and this height is 60. So for that I have to draw the projectors from the top view as well as horizontal projectors from the front view. So to draw this bottom rectangle of 90 by 20, I'm going to draw the projectors from the top view. So for that, what line command, line enter. So from this end, you draw a line to the 45-degree line. Okay, space bar. Again, from this end, you draw a line to 45-degree line. Again, you project it upwards. From this line, you draw a vertical projector. Again, from this point, you draw a vertical projector to the front view. So now from this end, from the front view, you draw a horizontal projectors. So from here, this point, you draw a horizontal projector to the side view. Okay. Now I'm going to trim the lines that are extra, or the lines that are not required. So for that, so make use of the trim command to trim the unwanted length of line. So I'm going to trim this. Make use of the trim command. Okay, now you trim the extra length of lines that are not required. Okay, now I have to draw this width of 30 mm. For that, again, I have to draw the horizontal projectors from the top view to the 45-degree and project it upwards. So for that, make use of the line command, enter. So from this point, you draw a line to the 45-degree line. Again, space bar. Again, from this point, you draw to the 45-degree line. Now you project it upwards. So for that, first you draw a horizontal projector from the front view to the side view. Again, from here, you project it upwards from this point to the 45-degree line. So line command, enter, from this point to this line. Again, space bar, from this point, project it upwards. Okay. Now again, you trim the lines that are not required. TR, enter, enter. Trim off the extra lines. Okay. So trim the lines that are not required. So the lines that cannot be, these lines I cannot trim it. I'm going to select it and delete it. Okay. So this is our side view. So in the side view, what am I supposed to do? I have to represent this. I have to draw a horizontal line to indicate the base of the semicircle, and it should be shown as a hidden line. So for that, I'm going to draw a line. So before that, I'm going to change. This is the visible lines of the side view. So it has to be in white in color. So for that, what I'm going to do, select it, go to layers, click on the drawing. Okay. So I have made all the visible lines to be white in color. Now I'm going to draw a line, horizontal line from the front view and project it to the side view to indicate the base of this semicircle with a hidden line. Since the base of this in the side view, I cannot see this base of the semicircular slot. Okay. So for that, I have to show it with the hidden line. So draw it, select the line command, enter, type L, enter. From this point, you draw a horizontal line to the, from this base point, click on line. From this base point, you draw a horizontal line to the side view. Okay. Now you trim the lines, extra length, TR, enter, enter. You trim off the lines. Okay. So this is not required. So this line I cannot trim. You select it and delete it. So it should be, this line should be a hidden line. So for that, I'm going to do the match property. So type MA, enter match property. It is asking select the source. This is a hidden line. This is the source and this is her destination. Okay. Now I have completed this side view. So this is the right side view of the given component. One more thing has to be shown in the side view. What is that? So these holes, I have to show these holes with the hidden lines in the side view. So for that, I'm going to draw the horizontal projectors from the top view to 45-degree line. And then again, I'm going to project it upwards. So for that, what am I supposed to do? So select the line command, enter. So from this point, you draw a horizontal line to the line command, enter from this point to 45-degree line. Now I have to project it upwards. So for that, line, enter. So from this point, before that, I'm going to move the screen. Okay. Enter, line, enter. From this point, you draw a vertical projector to the front view. Okay. Again, from this point, you draw a vertical projector to the front view. So since there are a number of lines, it will be confusing. I'm going to trim out the lines that are not required. Okay. So for that, make use of the trim command, TR, enter, enter. You trim this line, this line. So these are the lines that are not required. Okay. If there are so trim the lines. The lines that cannot be trimmed, you delete it. Okay. Now, similarly, have to draw the projectors to indicate the hole here also. That is from this hole to the side view. So for that, what I'm supposed to do? Type L, line, enter. From this point, you draw a horizontal line to the 45-degree line. Okay. So for that, make use of the line command. So type L, enter. From this end to draw a line to 45-degree line, space bar. Again, from this point, you draw a line to the 45-degree line. Now I have to project it upwards. So for that, go to line command, again L, enter. So from this point, you draw a vertical projector to this point. Space bar. Again, from this point, you draw a vertical projectors to the side view. So for that, so be careful while drawing. So line, enter. From this point, I have to draw a vertical projector to the side view. So trim off the extra length of lines. So for that, I'm going to make use of the trim command. Okay. So make it with the help of the trim command. With the trim command, single lines cannot be trimmed. So you select it and delete it. So come here, again trim the extra length of lines. So for that, I'm going to trim this line and also this line. So now we have drawn these two holes. It will represent it has to be shown as the hidden lines in the side view because the holes are not visible in the side view also. Okay, they have to be represented with the hidden line. So for that, I'm going to make the match property. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset this line by 7 mm. So sorry. First, I'm going to change this line to the hidden type. So for that, I'm going to make use of the match property command. Type MA, enter. So what is the source? This is the hidden line. Enter. Now you select, sorry, match property MA, enter. This is my source and these are my destination. You select all these lines that have to be changed to the hidden type. Now I'm going to draw a center line for these holes. So for that, I'm going to offset this line by 7.5. Make use of the offset command O, enter. The distance is 7.5 because the diameter of the hole is 15 mm. Offset this line by 7.5. Again, offset this line by 7.5. I'm going to extend the center line by 3 mm or 2 mm. So for that, make use of the offset command, offset, enter. The distance to offset is 3 mm, enter, select the line to offset. On this side also you offset this line, this side also you offset this line. Now I'm going to make use of the extend command in order to extend the center lines. For that, type EX, enter. Now you select the boundary through which the lines have to be extended. Select the boundary and press the enter key. Now you select the lines to be extended. I have to extend this line on either side. I have to extend this center line on the either side. Now you remove these lines which I had drawn to extend the center lines. Delete them. Now this should be, the line type should be center line. So for that you select this, select both the lines, go to the layers, click on the center. Okay. So I've changed the line type to the center line. Now this completes our drawing. What? I've drawn the front view, I've drawn the top view, as well as I've drawn the side view of the given component. Now let's do the dimensioning. Okay. So for that, you click on dimension. So linear, select the dimensions which you want to dimension. Okay. So again, dimension, linear, you select all the dimensions that have to be dimension. Okay. Go to linear. Similarly, dimension, linear. Okay. So if I want to draw indicate the radius of this dimension, click on radius, you click on this. Okay. So you do it for any one. Dimension, radius or diameter, select whichever you want. Diameter, you indicate the circle. So that will be dimension. Okay. Similarly, dimension, linear. Okay. Similarly, dimension, linear. So if you want to move the screen, click on the pan command. Now again dimension, linear. So this will from here to this. Again similarly, dimension, linear. Dimension, linear. So like this, for whichever dimension you want to indicate, you indicate all the dimensions. This height. Okay. Make use of the pan command to move the screen. Okay. So I've indicated this diameter. I've indicated this one. I think it is sufficient. Suppose if you want dimension, linear, from this end, from this point to this, it is 60 mm. So now these dimension text is not visible. So for that I have to change the text type. So for that, what I'm going to do, select any one of the dimension, select this one, say change property, CH, enter. This dialog box will be open. Here you go to the text. Okay. Here coming to the text style. Here there are different options, standard, Romans and Roman. You select on ROMAND. Okay. Enter. You close this dialog box. Now this is visible. Okay. So you do the match property for the other dimensions. So for that, what I'm going to do, type MA, enter. Now this is our source. So this will be our destination. You select all the other dimensions that have to be highlighted. Okay. Similarly, so whenever you want to move the screen, make use of the pan command. Again, I'm going to do the match property, MA, enter, select the source. This is my source and these are my destination. Okay. So make use of the pan command to move the screen. So this completes our exercise. We have drawn the front view, we have drawn the top view as well as we have drawn the side view. We have indicated all the visible lines by white color and all the hidden lines and the dimension lines and the center lines by the red color. So these are the three views of the given component. Okay. Thank you.